Now, Israel launched fresh strikes on alleged Hamas infrastructure in Gaza on Saturday, even as US has reported to have authorized delivery of more bombs and warplanes for Israel. Meanwhile, an airstrike in Lebanon wounded 4 UN officials. The United Nations has also confirmed that several UN observers were injured while on patrol in southern Lebanon. The exact details of the strike are still being established, and Israel denies any involvement. DD India's Alex Kadia reports from Tel Aviv.
Well, 3 United Nations observers have been injured in southern Lebanon, as well as their Lebanese translator. There were initial reports that this was an Israeli strike targeting the car in which they were traveling, but the United Nations has since clarified that a shell exploded near these 4 people while they were on a foot patrol outside of town in southern Lebanon. And we know that the Israeli armed forces have denied any involvement in this particular strike. They were carrying out their observing roles as the peacekeeping force of the United Nations on the Israeli-Lebanon border, known as the Blue Line. But it really shows that despite the UN clarifying and Israel denying any involvement, that this is an incredibly dangerous area in which to be operating. We know that Hezbollah has fired rockets into northern Israel just in the last 24 hours. Lots of rocket alerts across the populations living there, most of whom have had to be evacuated, but also Israel striking back against Hezbollah in Lebanon, in Syria, and Israel's defense minister saying they will pick up the pace, they will expand their attacks, and they will shift from defending against Hezbollah now towards pursuing that group into Lebanon, into Syria, into Beirut, into Damascus if they have to, said Yoav Gallant, the defense minister, and further afield if needed. So certainly a risk of escalation in that conflict. Now in Gaza, the war rages on. We have had Israeli airstrikes there. We've had the Israeli raid on Al-Shifa hospital ongoing, with hundreds killed in that particular raid. We also have families being trapped in the rubble after Israeli airstrikes in Khan Yunis and other parts of Gaza. But perhaps a small lifeline of hope. The second aid ship is sailing from Cyprus now with 400 tons of food on board: flour, rice, vegetables, canned goods, anything the starving population in Gaza may need. It will take more than 60 hours to get there, and then we'll have to unload on this makeshift pier built by these charities out of the rubble of the destroyed houses in Gaza. 1 million meals on their way to the devastated Gaza Strip as this war rages on for another day. Alex Kadia in Tel Aviv reporting for DD India.